Hello everyone, my name is B. Santhosh Kumar, Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. My subject is ethical hacking. Today I am discussing about Sniffers. So, what is Sniffer? Did you know what is a Sniffer? How can we found? When you surf online or browse your favorite websites, you are sending data all across the globe. Then we can first sending emails to accessing a bank account. Your information is broken down into pieces, which is being sent in packets to data centers located 1,000 of miles away. These packets travel across the internet to reach their destination, which could be another computer or server. Security experts believe that you are not only the person who have access to all the data, but someone else would also be sniffers the data that travels across the internet. Suppose the user can performing some banking or emails. He is checking emails or using some banking transactions. So how can means server? Suppose server, user to server, the data can be go through the packets. So what will happen now? Sniffers can monitor how the packets, how the data packets are going from server to user or user to server. So sniffers can monitor how the data packets are going on like this. Okay, is there any possibility of loophole to hack the packets? They can monitor first. That is called reconnaissance. So when we are sending the emails or browsing the bank account or any valuable informations, then it can be packaged to the data centers located by thousands of miles away. It will go to the thousands of miles through the packets only. Then internet to reach their destination, which could be another computer or server, one computer to another or one server to another server. Security experts believe that it is only one person who have access all the data, but someone else would also be sniffing the data that travels across the internet. So it is about only one user to the sending the data to the server through the packets. So what is packet sniffing? Packet sniffing is the act of gathering, collecting and monitoring the data pieces or packets that travel through a computer network or the internet. It means every packet that travels across the internet or a local network is gathered for a wide range of purposes, such as monitoring the traffic and bandwidth, maintain the traffic and analyze the data collected by the device and so on. And packet sniffing is used by ethical hacker, network admins, advertisers, ISPs, internet service provider and government institutions, etc. for various ethical practices as below. So when user is sending the data to another user through the data packets, so packet sniffer is the gathering, collecting the monitoring information through the packets only. It will be travel to the so many distance, so many miles like this, one user to another. But every packet that travels across the internet only through the local network only. And what is the purpose of this one means hacker can monitor and they can create the traffic. Monitor and create the traffic. When the traffic is created, that is called DDoS attack or DDoS attack. So then what will happen now? Then bandwidth and the networks will be very weak and analyzing the data collected by the devices and so on. When the traffic is created, then the hacker can easily monitor how much data is there, how it is traveling like this. Next, packet sniffing is used by ethical hackers, network admins, advertisers, internet service providers, government institutions, etc. of various ethical practices as below. So some government institutions and the network admins, advertisers, ISPs, they can monitor how the data packets are going on from one server to another or source to destination. They can monitor. So hackers can know about how they are monitoring. What are the loopholes of them? They know. Then how they know means network admins means any of the organization, network admin is a recruiter. He is the main person to monitor how the data packets are going on, how the browsing history, how the browsing is there in the employees, how the network security is there. So network admin can modify, can identify with the network and the troubleshoot of them. So network admin can identify all the network actions. System admin can check employees network usage, check the employees network usage, and ISPs. Already here we discussed internet service provider. So internet service provider, they can monitor the customer's traffic is normal or created or normal. If normal is no problem. If the traffic is created means maybe it is going to be attack. Advertisers show relevant ads to the target users. And cybersecurity sniffers refers to the process of routing or tapping the traffic to a target location where it can be captured, analyzed and monitored. So sometimes what will happen? Fake advertisements. Fake advertisements will be happen. So if you are clicking this one, then malicious links can be created. So advertisers can monitor what are the fake advertisements and what are the original one. And cyber criminals practices packet sniffing for illegal activities such as injecting malicious program or virus into a segment. So suppose it is a fake advertisement. Any of the user they doesn't know it is a fake advertisement and they clicked. What will happen? Malicious links can be attacked. When the malicious can become, then packet sniffers for illegal activities such as injecting malicious program and viruses of a segment. Then what will happen? They are spying on businesses to steal confidential data and initiate phishing, SQL injection or other cyber attacks, monitoring someone's online behavior of unethical purposes. Packet sniffing is usually performed by sniffers, an individual or software that closely monitors your network to discover glitches and improve the performance. Usually, hackers place sniffers at unsecured Wi-Fi hotspots found in airports, caves, and hotels. From unencrypted passwords to usernames, a sniffer can monitor everything that passes through them. So, when packet sniffing means the data is going on through the packets, packet sniffer means sniffers can monitor the packets. Then individual softwares that closely monitor your network to discover glitches or improve the performance. How the network is there, is it strong or not? And hackers place sniffers at unsecured Wi-Fi hotspot, duplicate Wi-Fis, duplicate Wi-Fi names, create, and unencrypted, not encrypted, unencrypted means unauthorized access, unencrypted passwords to usernames. A sniffer can monitor everything that passes through them. So, it is the internet. These are the users. Users are browsing. Users are browsing. So, if we are doing browsing means the internet is need for this one. So, if the internet means definitely they are using VPNs or firewalls. So, every system, if they are using internet, they can maintain the VPNs or firewalls. So, sniffer, what will happen now? Sniffer, they can use some tools. Sniffers can use hacking tools. Sniffers can use hacking tools and they can hack the network and they can weak the firewalls. They can weak the firewalls or break the firewalls. And they can monitor what are the users are performing. They can monitor. So sniffers can monitor. How they monitor means if the internet is going on. If the data packets can transform, yes, the data packets can be transferred through the internet to server user or user to internet like this. When the data packets are there, so sniffers can monitor the data packets, and when the data packets are there under control, they can delete or modify the original data packets. A sniffer, also known as a packet analyzer or network analyzer, is a tool used to capture and analyze network traffic. It is a software or hardware tool that intercepts and records data packets transmitted between computers or devices on a network. Packet sniffers are commonly used for network troubleshooting, security analysis, and network optimization. They can be used to identify network problems such as congestion, packet loss, improper configurations, and they can also be used to detect security threats such as network intrusions or unauthorized access attempts. So, a sniffer, also known as a packet analyzer. Analyzer means it is going from one user to another user through the packets. They can analyze the network analyzer, and they can using some tools to capture the traffic analyzer, and they can monitor using some hardware tools. They can monitor data packets. Packet sniffers are commonly used for network troubleshooting, security analysis, and network optimization. They can be used to identify network problems such as congestion, packet loss, or improper configurations. And they can also be used to detect security threats such as network intrusions or unauthorized access attempts. Through the vulnerabilities also, they can find out. So, packet sniffers can be used to both wide and wireless networks, and they can capture data from a variety of network protocols, including TCP/IP, HTTP, FTP, and SMTP. However, it is important to note that packet sniffers can also be used for malicious purposes, such as intercepting sensitive information, such as password, credit card numbers, or personal information. And therefore, the use of packet sniffers should be regulated and used only for legitimate purposes with appropriate consent and legal authority. So, when sniffers are nothing but attackers can monitor. How can they monitor? Means they already sent some malicious links to the users, and if they clicking the malicious clicks, they can monitor the users activities, and they can monitor or they can modify the sensitive information such as passwords, credit card numbers, or personal information. And the packet sniffers should be regulated and used only for legitimate purposes with appropriate consent and legal authority. A sniffer is a program or a tool that captures information over a network. There are two types of sniffers: commercial sniffer, underground sniffers. So what is a commercial sniffer? It maintain or monitor the information. These sniffers use it to detect network problems, and a Network General Corporation is a company that offers commercial sniffers that can be used. So what is the commercial sniffer means? They can fault analysis to detect problems in a network, and performance analysis to detect network bottlenecks. Here, underground sniffers can malicious programs used by the hacker to capture information over a network, and underground sniffers are installed on the router, can be breach security of network that passes through the router, can capture. Okay, here they are using routers, can send malicious links to the user. If the user can click, then what will happen? Confidential messages like emails and financial data can be breached. Components of a sniffer. So there are so many types of networks sniffers are there. The following are the hardware sniffer. It is a standard network adapter to capture network traffic. how it is possible to create the network traffic. Create network traffic. Captured driver, it is a network traffic for Ethernet wise filter network traffic information with stores the filtered information in a buffer. So when the traffic is created, it is going to the buffer, means slow process or slow transaction. Buffer is a sniffer capture data from a network and it stores data in a buffer. There are two ways to store the captured data, and we can store data until the buffer is filled with information. And the round robin method is a buffering method to capture the data. And a decoder means after the encoding means the confidential data can be decoded. So when it is a dangerous application, when decode means binary or encrypted data can be convert to normal. So then hackers can monitor the after the decoding code and they can hack the information. And the placement of sniffers: computer, cable wires, routers, network segments. So these are the major things for the placement of sniffers. And what is the sniffing means? It is a technique for capturing the data packets through the traveling of a network using software applications. And it is a software that captures all data packets passing through the given network. And it is a behavior of its users which can be used to improve the organization's cybersecurity. And what are the sniffing attacks means? Packet sniffing, and it is a network sniffing, and sniffing attack tools can be packet sniffer to inject the malicious code. How do hackers intercept the packets means? Through the computer. Using tools, they can monitor the PC. And the sniffers are majorly two types: active sniffers and passive sniffers. Passive sniffing is a hacker monitor traffic passive through a network, and this type of attack can be beneficial for gathering information about the target, and it is a using for login credentials, email messages. They are active means directly participating with that one. So involving sending corrupted packets to one or more targets to a network, directly participating to the network. And it is a bypassing the security measures. And active security can also involve injecting malicious code into the target system and allows targets to take control of them. Consequences of a sniffing attack: loss of, if the sniffing attack can happen. What will learn? Loss of sensitive data, injecting of malicious code, interrupt of network traffic, exposure of confidential information, and damage to the reputation. How can sniffing attacks be prevented? How can we prevent means using encryption. Already we discussed. Don't go for decryption or decoder. You can go for the encryption or encoder. Never sending sensitive information to others. Ensuring that computers on the network are adequately protecting antivirus and firewall softwares, and making the wireless network is secured, regularly updating all the softwares and devices. So staying aware of what type of traffic passes through the network and taking steps to protect sensitive information using a strong VPN and continuously monitoring the networks usually. So, another means install antivirus, data encryption, avoid unencrypted websites, avoid unsecured networks. These are the preventions. Preventions of sniffers. Finally, how we are concluding means avoiding accessing the internet of an unauthorized Wi-Fi's and use strong VPNs, and avoid clicking on suspicious links, and use packet analyzer tools, and install one of the best antivirus software. So what are the sniffing tools are using means, if you are using sniffing tools, they can monitor the actions, and the packet sniffing will give the network administrator, and we can detect the reboot or root cause of a network. These are the list of sniffers: Avik, SolarWinds, Wireshark, Manage Engine NetFlow, TCP Dump, WinDump, Network Kminer, Network Miner, BetterCap, EtherCap, OmniPeak, DSNIF, ETH, Colasoft, Telerik. These are the tools are there. What is that means? Wireshark, TCP Dump, DSNIF, and Telerik filter. There are the most used tools. So these are the packet sniffing and system admin, ISPs and advertisers, and network admin. It is a block diagram of sniffer with sniffing attack. So there are the two types of sniffers: commercial and underground sniffers. Components of a sniffer: hardware, capture driver, decoder, placement of sniffer. What are the sniffing attacks? How can we perform intercept packets? Active and passive sniffers. Consequences of sniffing attacks: loss of sensitive data, injection of malicious code, interruption of network traffic, exposure of confidential information, damage to the reputation. And using, how can we prevent means using encryption and network never sending sensitive information, and we have to maintain antivirus and anti-firewall softwares, and maintain wireless network in secure, and updating all the softwares in devices, and we have to install antivirus, data encryption, avoid unencrypted websites, avoid unsecurity networks. So these are the ethical hacking sniffing tools we are using. So majorly Wireshark, TCP dump, DSNIF majorly using for sniffing. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.